universal law of attraction. It's a principle that's been around since the beginning of time. And just like the law of gravity, whether you know it's working or not, it's always working in your life. And you're not going to walk outside on your doorstep and float up into the sky because you don't understand or believe in the law of gravity. And law of attraction works the same way.
There's so much more than this, but we're going to lay the foundation.
Yeah. And the law of attraction in a nutshell is whatever you're focused on, you're going to get more of in your life. Now here's where I like to put the emphasis. It's on the emotion. It's the emotional charge that you have on something that is attracting to you what you're getting. I like to say your thoughts are the engine and your emotions are the fuel.
Whether you like this or not, that's how it works.
Whether it's wanted or not, you're getting it, yes.
We were talking earlier about being great at law of attraction. I'm going to do law of attraction. It's like you're always doing law of attraction.
Honey, there is no doing. It just happens.
So wherever your focus is what you're going to get more of, whether wanted or not. And sometimes people think that they come to us, we coach law of attraction and we teach Charlie classes and have one-on-one clients and we do some speaking. And a lot of people say, I'm doing it and it's not working.
I'm working as hard as I can.
I've been focusing on money. How come it's not here? And when we start really peeling the layers of the onion back, it's because they're focusing on their lack of money. They feel broke or they're focusing on debt. They're not really focused on more money. They're pissed off that they haven't gotten the money that they said they wanted.
Exactly.
So here's how it works. I have my magic wand here. I wish I had some really cool music in the background right now.
I could sing.
Okay.
No.
For the sake of just playing with this, we're going to take you into the first step of law of attraction, which is focusing on what you want. So let's imagine that you have a screen in front of us and you get to see a movie that you've made up in your mind, not the movie that you're watching right now. And the movie is going to have it on one desire that you really want. Yeah. It could be something small or it could be something huge. It doesn't matter. It could be something that if you had the genie lamp right now and you rubbed it, you say, oh, it would be fun to have, 100 long stem roses in front of me. It's not going to make or break you. It's just kind of a fun thing.
Nice.
If it doesn't happen, no big deal. And some of you might want more money. And because you want more money, you'll be focusing on money, or it could be a relationship, a car, improved health, whatever it is. So just for the sake of the exercise, imagine that there's a screen, a movie screen blank, and now you've just put up on the screen the thing that you say that you want. So if it's money, imagine that there's, either you can see the zeros behind the balance, with a 1, a 2, or a 3 in front of it in your bank account.
I kind of like the idea of rolling around in your bed full of money.
Yeah, so you just really want to imagine that it's here. It's not coming, it's here. And you can put yourself in the movie, like Eva said, so you can spread, $1 million bills all over your bed and roll in it. Or you can imagine paying for something. Maybe it's paying off all your credit cards. Maybe it's putting a child through college. If it's a car and you know the kind of car, you want to see it in detail. You want to feel the upholstery. You
Smell that leather.
Put your hands on the steering wheel. You really want to bring in as much senses as possible. And for some of you, maybe it's a feeling of what you want. I had somebody say, I think what's next for me is going on some sort of spiritual retreat. And I said, well, what do you want out of the retreat? And so they started naming off all the qualities. I want to find my better connection to God, and I want to find this. So even if you don't know the exact thing, say if it's a car, you know if you want a sports car, or you know if you want it to be silver, let's say, or whatever. If you can name the elements of it, you don't have to know the exact kind. So just be with the scene in the movie for a second and notice how you feel. How you'll know if you're locked onto what you want or not is because you'll either feel at peace, like we just did, breathing in, and, ooh, that feels good. Or you might be like, yes, excited, like, ooh, I can't wait, this is going to be great. Or it might just be a knowing, like, this is going to be good. Like, you're just trusting. That would be the first step of law of attraction.
Yeah. So the second step is to really check in, sort of what Gina was alluding to, check in with how it feels. Does it feel good? Does it feel exciting? Are you feeling at peace? Are you looking forward to it? Is it eager anticipation? Or are you feeling frustrated? Are you feeling worried? Are you scared it's not going to be here? Because that's what is attracting more of how you're feeling. You're attracting more of whatever that feeling is when your focus causes those emotional charges. So there's another law called the law of deliberate creation. And that law basically just says, once you understand law of attraction, that whatever you're focused on, you're going to get more of. If you don't like the feeling that you have and the focus that you're holding, all you have to do is consciously, intentionally, and deliberately reach for a thought that feels better. Notice it still always comes back down to the emotional shift in your feeling. And when you feel that shift, you've done your work. Simple. This is really simple, but it's not necessarily easy. That's what we found.
So let's take money for an example, just because so many people want more money. Eva was talking about getting your emotions lined up and your thoughts lined up with what you say you want. And sometimes it seems like from where you are standing right now to getting over there to what you want and believing it can seem pretty far out there. Like fantasy, pipe dream, the little gremlin in the back of the mind is going, yeah, right. So you might have to take baby steps in terms of your thoughts. I'll give you an example. When I first started coaching, I started raising my rate little by little as I got my confidence about my coaching skills. And I remember I wanted to make a very big jump from where I was at. I wanted to make a $700 jump from where I was to where I wanted my coaching fee to be. And every time I thought about raising my coaching fee, I would get my heart pounding, even if there was nobody in front of me and I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I practiced thinking, okay, can I believe that I can make $500 a month? Okay, yeah, I can kind of do that, as long as someone can't see my face when I spit it out of my mouth while I'm choking out the price. And so I started practicing in my mind, moving myself up. I just started moving my thoughts in that direction. It took me a good month before I could actually spit out $1,000. But I had to work my way up. So if it doesn't happen right at first, no sweat. You work your way up. You build up the belief. We're actually going to give you a small challenge right now.
Oh, yeah.
What would it be like if you said yes to whatever you saw when I asked you what your magic wand desire, and we said put it on the screen of your mind and see it? Whatever that was, whether it was small or big, why not say yes to having it? Like, no kidding. Yeah, why not? Law of attraction's free, remember? It's just about you focusing your mind. You don't have to do something extremely different except practice different thoughts. So if you say yes to that, then guess what? The good news is whatever you're focused on right now, and if you're saying yes to it, the universe is saying yes to giving it to you too. You don't have to figure out how you're going to do it quite yet, or what's going to be different, because that's the third law of attraction.
I can talk about that, yeah.
The law of allowing, which is once you've decided what you want, or at least the essence of what you want, then you've lined up your feelings behind it, you're practicing new beliefs and new thoughts. The third part is now you got to trust. That's right.
This is where the rubber meets the road, and it is called the law of allowing. Gina's favorite law, by the way.
Because I was a little challenged by it, and still sometimes am. It's really about allowing in what you said you want, and there's a few ways to do that. One is chill out. Now that you said you wanted it, you don't need to freak out, and you don't need to get, oh my gosh, I've got to do 20 million things now to make it happen. The only actions you have to take are ones that feel good and they feel inspired. In fact, if you're shooting,
I need to, I have to, I ought to.
Any of those kind of thoughts around the action to take, forget it. You're going in the wrong direction. Really, if you're taking inspired action, it should feel good. It should feel natural. It should feel easy. Like we're doing this video right now. This is an inspired idea. So it should feel fun and natural. And that's it. And so the law of allowing is really trusting and allowing yourself to receive it.
Yeah, and expect to get what you want. It's yours, it's your birthright. If you have the desire for something, it's your birthright and you can have it. So just kind of relax and allow into it.
Now, we get that some of you are going, yeah right. It is really as easy as we're saying.
Simple, not necessarily easy.
It's a practice. Yeah. So you're not going to get it in the next 10 seconds, but the thing is to keep practicing. What we wish most for you in this world is that you go forth and prosper, allowing in all of the magnificent things you want from health, wealth, relationships, experiences, and whatever makes you feel good, including
just like our Roxy.